Hi there, Internet. I'm John Oliver. We're off this week, but I wanted to come back to talk to you anyway, specifically about the beach. Why? It's beach season, y'all. And you know what that means, don't you? It's time to slap on your sunscreen, put on your UV-blocking turtleneck, curl into a ball so as to expose as little surface area as possible to the sun, and take in those rays while counting down the minutes until you're allowed to go back inside. There's just nothing like the beach, is there, gang? But I'm afraid I have some bad news for you, because this beach season has already developed a serious problem, specifically along a roughly 40-mile stretch in South Texas. Please, take a look.
Washing up with the high tide is something that is turning heads and sparking reactions like this.
I think it's very freaky.
Dozens of dolls and doll parts found stuck in the sand along the South Texas coastline. If you plan to head out to the beach, watch where you step, because something might already be watching you.
Burn them! Burn them now! I hate those dolls. I hate them so much. I am here talking to you about that in a week that we are off exclusively because I hate them. Though before I do that, I do have to very quickly give props to the local news production team there that put that segment together, because that piano music was both spooky and perfect. And it is the kind of attention to detail that really sets KIII apart from your peers. I've always said that. But to get back to my main point, I fucking hate those dolls. I mean, look at this one. Look at its green war paint. Look at its blank eyes. Look at the fucking skull and crossbones drawn on its chest. What does it want? What does it know? This doll alone would already be an emergency. If it were just this one doll that had washed up, I would still be doing this video to alert people to a gigantic problem. But apparently, according to the Mission Aransas National Estuarine Research Reserve, more and more of these demon dolls are now being found, and all the time. Its researchers normally survey this particular stretch of beach looking for creatures like sea turtles, but listen to its director explain what they've been finding instead.
Sometimes it's got barnacles coming out of the eyes, or the hair's just halfway falling off, you know, stuff kind of what nightmares are made out of.
I fucking hate it! I hate it so much! Look, if you had asked me 15 seconds ago, what is the scientific opposite of a sea turtle? I'd have had a few answers for you. I might have said tortoise first. You know, because it's basically a land turtle. Right, kind of like left is the opposite of right, but they're both directions, you know? Or, you know, I might have said hummingbird, because it doesn't swim, does it? It flies, and also it's fast, where turtles, for the purpose of my thought experiment right now, are slow. Or, you know, I might have even said something like a tree, land thing, not an animal. Good opposite. But now I know that the precise opposite of a sea turtle is this fucking shit! Which is, by the way, very clearly a sex doll. I get why the local news didn't want to say it, but somebody has to. That doll is different than the others in a meaningful, practical way. The point is, apparently 30 of these dolls, 30, have now been found. And if you, like me, were wondering why? Why are so many of them washing up on the shore? Well, that director that you saw earlier has half of an answer for you.
It has to do with the loop current that goes around Mexico and up the east coast of Florida, and we get these eddies that come off of there, and anything that's in that current gets pushed up on the Texas coast.
Oh, right. Oh. Yeah, except that's not what anybody cares about. I could not give a shit about your unique loop currents. No one cares how the dolls got here. They want to know where the fuck they came from. And the longer that no one answers that question, the more I think you're covering something up. Apparently, experts say it is unknowable and that these dolls could actually be coming from anywhere in the world. And now, I am very worried that each and every one of them is coming from a little girl who is 4,000 years old, lives on a floating Victorian house that haunts the Gulf, and holds the devil in her little heart. And if you saw more of these dolls, you would believe the same. Now, while it brings me absolutely no pleasure to do this, I am now about to show you more of them. And at this point, I would advise you to leave. Get out of here. Click out of this video and look up, I don't know, an Architectural Digest tour of Jessica Alba's third most light-filled brownstone. Leave me here and never look back. Save yourself right now. And for anybody who has stayed, this is now on you. Because I'm about to give you a baby parade that you are going to regret seeing. There is, as we've already seen, Green Pirate Baby, which in an extremely ominous sign, seems to be growing larger. There is also my personal enemy, Barnacle Baby. Now, you might think that that's just sand and debris on the rest of its head, but if you take a closer look, you'll see it's actually even more barnacles growing out of it. You know, it's like when wasp eggs hatch inside of spiders and eat them from the inside out, except somehow much worse. Next, there's Barnacle Baby number 2. Now, this one is honestly not quite so bad, is it? But it seems to exist mainly to lull you into a false sense of security. So Barnacle Baby number 3 here can rock you to your very core. And by the way, don't go clicking out of this video now to go peek around Jessica Alba's minimalist dining room. You fucked up, live with your bad decision and stick it out to the end. Because next we have Wide Flat Baby, which inexplicably has a flipper. Then we have Nightmare Ghoul Baby. Then, in a natural extension, Santa. You know, I don't know why anyone is surprised by anything at this point. Next up, there's Baby Head attached to adult body. Then there's Baby that, for reasons I don't entirely understand, is quietly the most upsetting to me. Then you've got Detached Baby Head just by itself. There's Anthony. That one is just named Anthony. And finally, Detached Baby Head number 2. Look, in my defence, I told you from the start, I hate these things. I told you to leave, and you're still here, so you don't get to be angry with me. I'm now angry with you. My staff is on vacation right now, and I'm showing you these monsters at 3 o'clock in the morning. I have to take these web exclusives at 3 a.m. because apparently, during our off week, 60 Minutes takes over our studio to film B-roll of their fucking clock ticking. But look, obviously, there's a much bigger question here, isn't there? Which is, what are we going to do about these beasts? Specifically, how can we destroy them? Because we have to destroy them. These beach dolls are the single worst thing I've ever seen. Now, do we need to break some kind of curse? That would make sense. Is there a special volcano that we have to throw them into? Or is this a simple matter of avenging the dead governess of the 4,000-year-old little girl? Because if that's what it takes, I will do it. But here's the thing. I'm afraid I have a final harrowing twist here, because it turns out these dolls may unfortunately no longer be contained, as some are now scattered among different owners, because apparently you can buy them.
Every year we host a fundraiser for the rehab facility for sea turtles, and people actually buy these things. So we had a doll head that was a pretty good size, and somebody paid $35 for it. So all of that goes towards rehabbing sea turtles.
Stop acting like you're saying something fun. Oh, and first, would you like to know which doll head, specifically, sold for 35 big ones? Because it's this one. Of course it is. Of course it is. And let me be clear, that sex doll head and the person who bought it need to be thrown directly into the middle of the ocean. Second, I simply cannot trust the anonymous buyers of these dolls to destroy them. Thirdly, I quite like sea turtles, now mainly because I know that they are the exact opposite of this. I hate this so much. I hate it so much. So with all of that in mind, Mission Aransas Reserve, this is my firm offer to you. We will reluctantly buy all of the remaining dolls that you have, normal or sex, with a $10,000 donation to the Turtle and Marine Wildlife Rehabilitation Programme. That's right, we'll do it. We will do it. And then crucially, I promise, we will figure out the best way to destroy every last one of these pieces of shit for you, for all of you. Thank you so much for watching. Happy beach going, everyone. We'll see you July 24th. Goodbye.